Salzburg won, Chelsea 2, and Chelsea topped the group, and hallelujah. After the first two games, that was not going to happen. But yet, Graham Potter has come in, stabilized the ship. The boys are actually starting to play with some combinations, and guess what? We didn't see Shai Havertz today. We saw Kai Havertz, and he scored an outstanding banger. And we need to break this game down. Let's welcome to the chatting breeze, the good, the bad, and you know the damn right, ugly. Let's break it down. Welcome to the Kavkas, you guys, and in today's video, we are going to be breaking this game down. And what was really nice to see was the boys actually played well. This was a game where the performance merited the result. And even though we had peaks and troughs, because that's what it is watching Chelsea these days. I don't remember the last time we absolutely dominated a game for 90 minutes and I felt there and I was like, you know what, this is very comfortable. Literally, we've been struggling, and where I believed we were going to win, then we conceded a goal, and I said typical. We created a whole host of chances, so there's a lot to dig our teeth into. But guys, I'm sorry I'm late with the post-match review. I got a trim, you know, it had to happen. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're a real one, and after that, go and follow me on Instagram, because you guys would have known why I'm missing the game, because I keep you guys updated on video posts there, and I also reply to questions. So let's keep it moving and let's break this down. It's going to be a quick one tonight. I want to get to bed and hit the gym in the morning. The good is very interesting, right? Because Kai Havertz today actually reminded a lot of people why he's a good footballer that you shouldn't give up on. I think the problem with Kai Havertz is there are two spectrums. There are people calling him generational, and then there are people calling him absolutely rubbish, not good enough for the Prem, should be playing in the Bundesliga. For me, he's somewhere in the middle. I am one of the people that believes he could be a great. I think he could be a player that will be renowned for years to come, and when he retires, people will be talking about, oh, remember Havertz, he was an absolute baller. Kai has really disappointed me in recent weeks, and maybe even this season as a whole. But this performance from Kai was amazing. Whether it was the weight of pass for Aubameyang to go through one-on-one and miss, whether it was the nice little intricate passes here and there, or whether it was his goal where he absolutely took it with velocity and in friction, where he curled it into the top bins. Like, literally, you couldn't have played it on that game. You know the one where you draw the lines and it goes in? You couldn't have done it even better there. What was really nice to see from Kai as well, he was trying the audacious things. He was trying to be stronger. He was holding the ball up. And whilst he gave up the ball, I think it was 11 times from his 35 attempts, his overall performance was very good. And his link-up play with Sterling, Aubameyang, and even Conor Gallagher really flourished, and I like to see it. Both times he was critical in the goals, whether it was the first time where he tried to take a shot, it deflected, and all of a sudden Kovacic bangs it in. But the second goal was pure quality, and I love to see. When you start talking about Kovacic's goal, it didn't come against the run of play. We were literally their better side. Like, if you actually break it down and you look at the way we were attacking with fruition, and we were attacking with like combination play. I was starting to see Brighton, and I know that sounds really negative, and I know it's like kind of wild what I'm saying, but the patterns of play, you know, Kepa to Chalobah into the midfield out to wide to Pulisic. Pulisic gives the ball back to Chalobah, into Kovacic, threads the ball through, 1-2, back in the middle, and all of a sudden, you see Kai Havertz going through. Like, and it's one of those things where the intuition, the passing, the angles, the triangles, is starting to form, and it's becoming prettier in the eye. And this only happens with 1, game time, and 2, time on the training ground. There's a reason why Maurizio Sarri and Tuchel and most managers come into their fruition in the second season. Reason being is because they're given time to organize their team, to learn the patterns of play, and actively it becomes better with time. And that was very nice to see. And overall, Kovacic was integral today because of the way he played. He was winning every second ball, he was dominating the ball, carrying it forward, and he was surging with runs, and that was lovely to see. And his finish was magnifique. Who else really impressed me? Were the two wingers. Look, early in the game, I was actually really worried with the fact that we had Sterling and Pulisic, right? Because I even tweeted out, I was like, rah, this is going to go horribly wrong. And this is going to be a historical meltdown on Twitter. Because you know how Twitter is. Everything is OTT. Everything is over the top. Everything is, oh my God, to the nth degree. Both players were very aggressive. Both players held up the ball. And both players avidly tried to create. It was very obvious that they were under the instructions that you need to attack your fullback. You need to impose yourself upon this game. And it was very nice to see with Sterling receiving the ball and building a relationship with Kai Havertz by threading the ball through and running in. Sometimes I wish he would be a little bit more direct. And Pulisic as well. Whilst Pulisic got the assist, I think there's more to come from his performances, but he definitely was a good today. Like, I think Pulisic is really frustrating because you can see there are elements to his game that are very good. Like his carrying of the ball, even sometimes his weight of pass is very good. It's his decision making that lets him down, and it's his finishing that lets him down in the long run. Like if you look at the chance that he got through one-on-one, so he controlled the ball, he drove it nicely, but then the finish was just pathetic. There was no confidence behind it. There was no oomph. He didn't believe he was going to score. So that panned out very, very well. Another positives that we need to take away is the development of Trevor Chalobah and Cucurella's systemic play. So whenever we're in the ball, we were literally spreading our fullbacks wide. Thiago was coming out. It ended up going from right centre backs to actual right backs and left backs, which was very interesting to see because Cucurella was carrying the ball forward, pizzazz, vim, aggression, and so was Trevor Chalobah. Both defended really well high up, and it was very nice to see how the systemic issues that we were lacking in other games were not occurring this time around. We were building from the back, we were actively trying to attack, and we were actively trying to overrun them in the midfield. We were just getting some of our centre back to become additional options so that the midfielders can pop it and move on and receive the ball in a better position. And Trevor's really impressed me with that. We're not even going to talk about Thiago Silva because you know how much I love that guy. He's amazing, and today, once again, he saved Kepa's bacon when Kepa came out to punch the ball and it hit the striker's head and was rolling in. And Thiago did what, when in doubt, put it out for a corner. Done really well. You start looking at Kepa's saves. Kepa had a few saves here and there which were very good, and they were routine, but he was keeping them rather than parrying them back into the danger area or out wide. There was a lot of shots that he would maintain in his grip, and I think that's something Kepa that needs to work on, but today he was very good at that. And finally, we've topped the group, and the importance of topping the group can never be underestimated because teams that tend to top the group get an easier run in the last 16, and that's a fact because you play the worst teams. The likelihood that a PSG will finish second in the group is very unlikely. The likelihood that Real Madrid will finish second is unlikely. So why not avoid them? You can't meet any of the English sides, so you might as well just avoid the top sides and get an easier draw. As I said last time, it's going to be Potter's first time in a two-legged affair in the Champions League. We need to make it as easy as possible for him. We need to make it as realistic as possible for him to have an opportunity to go through. Chelsea should be in the last 8, and that's what we should be aiming for. So overall, the goods were really good. I've got 2 little slight negatives, nothing ugly, which is actually makes me very happy. So if you are still here, you better be liking the video because you made it this far. But the bad, number one, I thought the complacent. They came out in the second half as if they've already won the game. The number of chances Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang missed was actually disgusting. Like, he missed 4 chances today, and a player of his ilk, when you're offering nothing in the sense of link-up play and creativity, you should be scoring those chances, and I don't think that's unfair. Like, he had 3-4 very good chances, whereas like you're going through one-on-one, big man, you got to score. It's an opportunity snapshot, you got to score. There's one when Kai Havertz let the ball run through. Can you chip it? Can you try poke it in? Didn't take full advantage. So the players came out with complacency and we got punished. And then it all of a sudden went from a comfortable night to a tricky, sticky night. And I don't like that. I prefer something that was low-key, keep this blood level low, keep the stress levels low, but it was really frustrating. And finally, another thing that I've noticed is, Kepa's got a big problem. Kepa's not big. Like, he's 6 foot. So when a defender's 6'4" and he's jumping for a header, Kepa has to jump up, and it's actually effort for him to collect that ball. So he ends up opting to punch. And when he opts to punch, it causes more havoc because then there's a second ball to play with. The difference is with Mendy, and what Mendy will always have over him is Mendy comes and collects. Like, literally, Mendy will collect it, drop on the floor, and the attack's dead. We literally refrained from creating a second or third opportunity for them. So it's something that Kepa's going to have to work on to decide how he's going to be collecting the ball, because it's all about jumping and timing, because he's not tall enough to literally just rise and he'll be above him. He literally will have to time it perfectly so that when he jumps, he gets it before the defender heads it. And the extra like height of 10 centimeters makes a difference. So I really want to see how we evolve and how he adapts that part of his game, because if that doesn't fix, the likelihood is we're going to replace him. But this was the Kavkas View. I hope you lot enjoyed it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know your thoughts around the group in general. Do you think we're going to go far in the Champions League? Hit the like button. Peace out. I'm out. Adios, amigos.